This is Newcap News with Nicole Stilger.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with a statement released by the Lloydminster Catholic School Division in regards to an alleged incident at Holy Rosary High School in November. The statement reads that the misbehavior which allegedly took place was thoroughly investigated by the RCMP, which resulted in no charges. It goes on to say that all student misbehavior investigations are kept confidential while openly cooperating with the RCMP. LCSD says their priority is to keep their students safe and maintain their privacy, and because of this, no further information will be released by the division regarding this situation. The full statement can be found on our Facebook page. And back at home, the inner workings of the city's finances were on the table at today's City Council meeting ahead of an audit. The city ending 2016 with a minor deficit, but as Adam McVicker reports, the buckling down continues at City Hall.
A shorter agenda for this afternoon's City Council meeting, beginning with two proclamations. First, Oil and Gas Awareness Day here in Alberta. It was 70 years ago today. Oil was first discovered in the province at the Leduc No. 1 oil rig south of Edmonton. Also today, Anti-Bullying Awareness Day. Many city councillors in attendance wearing pink to support the initiative.
I think it's important that as City Council we send a message from our perspective as leaders in the community, as your municipal leaders, that we support the anti-bullying process. It was great to have the delegations here representing the schools, both Lloyd Comp and Holy Rosary, as well as the other organizations that support it. I think it's an important message because it doesn't matter if you're 2 years old or you're 92 years old, no one should be bullied.
Finance is also on the table this afternoon with the debt repayment schedule and the financial position reports ending December 31st, 2016. Now, there was some confusion that was discussed and eventually cleared up. It shows the city ended 2016 with a $19 million surplus. Now, that has many residents confused because their taxes are going up 4% here in 2017, but the city did assure us and explain that that $19 million is in assets only and not cash. Now, the cash generated translates to about $2 million in an operating surplus to finish the year, but the city is still buckling down, trying to keep debt repayments and going into further debt at an all-time low so they can eventually borrow for the wastewater treatment plant. That project, of course, is coming up later in the year.
With no anticipated new borrowing, it will certainly help increase our borrowing capacity for future use.
The Lloydminster Economic Development Corporation also on the table this afternoon. City Council repealing multiple bylaws that were used to establish the arm's length agency. Now, this goes in accordance with the dissolution that is expected sometime in March. Land sales were also discussed today. The city selling $116,000 in land south of town to Lloyd Lakes Limited for future development. A road closure is also included in that agreement. Now, we're going to have all of this and more coming up throughout the week on Newcap News. Reporting from City Hall, I'm Adam McVicker.
Well, it's been a busy week at the Lloydminster Exhibition Centre as vendors now prepare for Agrivisions. The annual agriculture convention will feature the latest advancements and information sessions about the industry.
It's a well-rounded show. We've got some great new technology here. We're excited about how it's going to work.
Along with the usual trade show, there'll be an interactive exhibit at the Sprayer Innovation Zone.
We have a speaker that's going to talk to us about all the process and applications as well. And they'll be able to see and touch and feel and watch how it all is going to work.
More than a dozen speakers will present on topics ranging from soil health to market outlook. And Sidoric says a speaker of note is Robin Spear from the Western Canadian Wheat Growers Association.
His primary talk was going to be on the grain transportation and the issues and some solutions that we have. But with all the turmoil out there with the TPP and the NAFTA and the carbon tax, he's expanded his talk to touch on those areas.
Agrivisions runs Wednesday and Thursday with the banquet, comedy show, and Agriculture Hall of Fame induction on Wednesday night. Well, we're on the eve of Valentine's Day, and for those still looking for a gift, our Chantal Germo dug up some last-minute Valentine's ideas to make this year a little more stress-free.
Although the traditional flowers and chocolate may be a quick grab for a Valentine's Day present, there are other easy ideas to make your gift more meaningful. For those with a sweet tooth, why not personalize a baked good through flavor and design?
Shows that the person thought of you, knows what you like. They can write something funny or something like mushy if they wanted to on the cake, and it just shows, like I said, they went out of their way, they thought about it. They're thinking of you, and you have something yummy to enjoy together.
A healthy gift of a couple's spa session is definitely a gift that will benefit you both. Many spas offer great deals for Valentine's Day.
It's the gift of relaxation, which is really hard to come by sometimes. A lot of us won't take the time for ourselves to just go get pampered. So by somebody giving you that gift, it sometimes can mean the world to somebody to just take that time to be able to just relax and unwind from their hectic and crazy lifestyles.
If those ideas didn't intrigue you, here are some other thoughtful gifts and ways to spend your romantic day. If you are on a budget, homemade gifts still have a loving and thoughtful value. Chantal Germo, Newcap News.
Well, with all the events that took place at the Lloydminster Exhibition Grounds this weekend, what better time than to delve into the history of the Stockade Convention Centre? The building has been around since 1972, and in this week's edition of Retrospect, Gina Martin shows us how it was revamped in the 90s.
Back in February 1997, the Stockade Convention Center held its grand opening, complete with a ribbon cutting.
What this facility can offer is a multi-use major convention. This room can be divided up into small rooms, or it could be one very large meeting room for seminars and activities like that, or it could be a very large banquet. We can seat up to 1,100 people sit down for a banquet, or we can meet any size and needs of wedding, dance, or social, or any other activity.
The change has been a great success, hosting everything from bridal shows to awards banquets.
All kinds of weddings, socials. The foundation gala is in there. The Lakeland College had their second gala in here. We've got a tremendous amount of exciting activities, conventions, small trade shows. It's just a beautiful multi-use facility.
And the center has some goals they would like to meet.
We want to try and work on getting some more conventions here. Lloydminster is a great location to host conventions. We're in the middle of Alberta, Saskatchewan, right on Highway 16, easy to get to. So we'll focus hard into that.
That's all for Retrospect this week. I'm Gina Martin.
This is Newcap Sports.
It's the time of year when hockey teams everywhere start a final push toward playoffs, and the Bantam AAA Bobcats are no different. Entering play Sunday, the team needed either a win, a tie, or a Leduc loss to make the last spot. No easy task with the Sherwood Park Flyers in town. Lance Phillips with more.
Watching the first period between the Flyers and Bobcats, you'd never guess Lloydminster had won 9 games this season. The Bobcats were every bit Sherwood Park's equal, but something changed during the first intermission. The final 2 periods were dominated by the Flyers, resulting in 5 unanswered goals. According to head coach Curtis Johnson, the beating served as a good lesson.
The boys have to understand that, as they progress through their hockey career, they have to show up. If you want to play professional hockey, that's what you have to do. It doesn't matter if you're the last place team or whatever it is. It's how you put, food on your table and a roof over your head.
The loss meant the Bobcats season was over. Or did it? Leduc, 2 points behind the Cats, needed a win, but instead were stomped by Fort Saskatchewan 9-0, meaning Lloydminster backed its way into a playoff spot. It was good news after a tough game.
Very relieving. We didn't think Leduc would beat them, but we weren't so sure, so it's nice.
Now comes the task of a best-of-3 series against number 1 seed Fort Saskatchewan beginning Tuesday.
We just need to relax and play our game, because whenever we play our game, we play pretty good and get the W's all the time, so just got to calm it down a little. They don't like to be hit, so that's kind of what our game plan is against them.
We make a mistake, it's in the back of our net, so we have to limit that and clean up our defensive zone and change a couple things, and we'll work on that tomorrow. And we have to come up with a game plan to weather the storm and capitalize on our chances and play good defense. They have fast players, but if we limit their quality chances, I think we're going to do fine against them.
Over their last 9 games, the Bobcats won 5, 1 more than they did the entire previous 27 games. So what changed?
we just found our identity. You know, I think the big turning point in our season was that Camrose game, you know, where yeah, there's a little tussle at the end, but I think the boys gelled there. You know, they fight for each other. It's kind of like you go to war with somebody. If he has my back, I have your back. And we have a lot of character. We have a lot of good hockey players, but you need to have an identity, though, too.
And finding that identity may have helped the boys in other ways.
They're turning into men. You know, they understand what it takes away from the rink to be an athlete. You know, how to prepare before games. You know, how to treat your body, how to fuel your body, all those types of things. And it's great to see them take that step. And you know, I think a lot of these guys are going to have a bright future.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.
Well, it's been a tough start to the 2017 for the Lloydminster PWM Midget AAA Steelers. Entering Saturday's game against the Edmonton Pandas, the team had lost 7 straight dating back to December 17th, but a gritty effort changed the fortunes of the girls squad. Some great play by goaltender Sadie Reed and goals from 3 different players paced the Steelers to their 10th win of the season, 3-0 over the Pandas.
These girls have been fighting hard to get our next win here, and I mean, this was a big one for us today, and yeah, now we just got to get ready for the next one.
It's so nice to win again. We were stuck in a rut, and now that we've pulled out that win, I think it's going to go up from here.
Now, despite their 5th place standing, everyone around the team, including the players, feel there's more to play than just wins and losses.
We're a close group of girls, and it's really fun being with them all the time. It's such a good group of girls, and we all share the same passion, playing hockey, and it's great when we're winning, and it was tough when we were losing, but I think that brought us closer together.
We're just so close. You enjoy coming to the rink. You're never sad. They always bring you up.
I think that they're amazing girls, and you know, they've made a huge commitment to be here, and there's even a lot of girls from out of town that are here, and ultimately I think that, you know, we've done a good job of planting the seeds to build a very strong program here.